afternoon class. My name is Trevor Milton. Today I'll be talking about how texting can affect our communication as it pertains to multiple different topics. The first topic I'll discuss is about texting affecting how our grammar and our writing is being documented in class. Recent studies show that oftentimes young students, middle school, high school, they'll start putting words on their assignments that are typically text jargon. So, you know, if I say Y in a text, it might just be the letter Y or U instead of actually spelling out the word. They're starting to see that on a bunch of essays, ACTs, different things like that. And it's becoming an issue because students feel like it's okay to communicate that way when it's not proper. But they're also missing out on things like appropriate times to put semicolons, hyphens, periods, things like that, capitalization errors. Another reason that teachers are finding texting to be an issue is because it is so prevalent. 84% of kids who are 16 to 17 have a cell phone, and 9 out of 10 students report using a cell phone in class. So it's taking away from the learning environment, and it's taking away from the respect that students are supposed to show teachers while they're in class. But also teachers who have been teaching for a while have said that it's taken away from the personal relationships that they can build from students coming into the office, and now students are texting them and leaving voicemails to avoid interaction. I know I've done it before. It's easier, but it's not always best. Another topic that is probably more important, if you look at your handout, is texting and driving. Nearly 25% of all car accidents are due to people who were texting and driving at the same time, which is, as you can see, 1.6 million accidents a year, about 330,000 injuries per year out of those accidents. And as I was reading more statistics, as you see, 11 teen deaths every day. So nationwide, 11 kids die every day from texting and driving, which is not how many people actually get in an accident, it's just how many teen deaths. And you're about 23 times more likely to have an accident while you're texting and driving. And I'm pretty sure everyone in here has texted and driven before. I mean, has everyone in here texted and driven? Can I get some participation?
Yes, I text and drive.
No, or you haven't driven?
No, I don't text and drive.
All right, stellar example we have in the classroom. Mr. Bryant. But yeah, it's very dangerous. On average, the average person who texts and drives every day spends 10 minutes outside of their lane when they're driving per trip, which is pretty crazy. And I know I've texted and driven before and then look up and I'm like, oh shoot. You feel like it's easy to text and drive, but really it's not. If you're going 50, the average text message is 5 seconds in the car. And if you're traveling at 55 miles an hour, which is like residential speeds in Houston, you will have traveled the length of a football field. So that's a lot of time to not have, a lot of distance to not have control and vision with your driving. But as far as that goes, that's pretty dangerous. I'm pretty sure I conveyed that. The last topic I'll discuss is how texting can ruin or detriment a relationship. So how many people have texted something to someone and they took it the wrong way? They thought you were mad or they thought you were laughing, and it wasn't the case. Nice ring. But yeah, so that's one issue that studies have shown in relationships. If you text someone and it's the wrong message, you say whatever, you might be laughing, but they might take it seriously. Or another issue that I face as well as probably multiple people in this room is texting the wrong message to the wrong person, which is always funny and makes for good stories, but it's not always good. And texting also takes out, it's hard to determine the tone of a message when you're reading it through a text, and it can lead to relationship problems, and people get comfortable texting and calling, and it's not, or texting rather than calling, it's not as intimate to text, so it could take it could make texting or the relationship impersonal. You know, it's hard to see people sometimes, but when you text, it just seems like blah. So those are the three issues I've seen in text messaging as it pertains to health communication, which I'm still trying to understand what that means. But yeah, any questions?
Thank you.
Good job.
Okay, you did enough.
No questions?
Yeah, we do have questions.
Oh, you do?